Good morning, fourth grade. It is Wednesday, April 8th. So before I start giving the assignments, I wanted to mention this. Mrs. Moore asked me to mention this. This went home in your packet of work, something totally optional. But as you probably know, older people, this virus could be more dangerous to them. So they have to be extra careful to stay inside all the time. And they might be lonely, not be able to have people visit them. So we're starting this program. If you want to be a Pearl phone pal, which means you would volunteer, Mrs. Moore would connect you with someone that you could call and interview and just maybe get to know about their life, be really interesting for you, and a way that you can kind of give back to someone who might be stuck, kind of lonely. Okay, so think about that and let Mrs. Moore know if you want to participate. Okay, activities for today. For reading, you're going to read The Indian in the Cupboard, Chapter 8, and do a comic strip. So we've done this in class lots of times, but you got a paper in your packet that looks like this. Okay, so you can do it this way. You can do however you want. But you're going to tell the story of this chapter, just Chapter 8, using your comic strip. You need to fill all the boxes. If you want to have just writing in some of them or just pictures in some of them, you can. It's up to you. But make sure you do have some writing, whether it's the characters speaking or captions explaining what's happening. It's up to you. I want you to bring your book and the handout to Zoom. You're going to show what you did. I'm going to give you some chance to spotlight you so that everyone can see you nice and big and you can show your comic strip. Okay? For math, we're going to do lesson 3 from chapter 12, and we'll do it in Zoom. So bring your book, bring your measurement list. Also, next week, I'm going to send home an accelerated math report so you can see how many objectives you have total right now. Some of you have been scoring tests at home, which is possible, and some of you have sent some in and I've scored them. So I'll send home a report so you can see where you are. If you don't have 75 objectives, which is the A+ goal, then you should be trying to get some more so you can get closer to that. And then again, rocket math, make sure you're working on that if you haven't passed multiplication and division yet in class. For spelling, you have a packet to work on, just like last time. I went through your stuff, and most of you turned in your packet from last time, so good job. Keep that up. It's good practice. For writing, continue to work on your final draft for the 100 dresses. Make sure you're making it better than the original, okay? Make corrections. Do a good job on that. You can even have a parent proofread it. Parents can help you with this. In handwriting, you're going to do lesson 18, day 3. And then history is going to be a little different. So if you did not do the Nearpod from yesterday about Death Valley, I want you to do that today. You also have an assignment in Google Classroom that's a little bit different take on history. So instead of learning about history, I want you to think about the fact that we are making history right now. This has never happened before. And guarantee you someday what we're doing right now will be in the history books, and people will be learning about the time when the coronavirus came and we were stuck at home. So there is an assignment for you to fill out in Google Classroom to get your thoughts on what's happening, almost like a journal, and you're going to be using that later on to write a news article for your newsletter. So I want you to take your time and really think about it. Think about things you're thinking, things you're wondering about, the things you've heard, how you're feeling about this, and fill out. It's a form for you to fill out, kind of like the math test, except it's not multiple choice, but it's that type of file. Okay? All right, so those are your assignments. Your challenge for today for a card or a nice note is a little different. Today is Mrs. Press's birthday. You guys know she's my mom. But also, it's Librarian Appreciation Month. So it's kind of cool because it fell on the same time. And as you know, Mrs. Press is our librarian. You might not know she volunteers to do that. She also helps in our classroom. A lot of you she's worked with for math, for spelling, for reading. So I want you all to make a note or a card for her. It doesn't have to be specifically for her birthday because she won't get it till you turn in your work in a couple weeks. But something just expressing your appreciation for everything that she does to help out at Pearl. Okay? And then just put it in your stuff so I get it back in your envelope. All right, the eggs. We found more eggs today, but only 4 different people. So we found 4 eggs, 4 different people each found 1. So first we had Geronimo. He said, on the top shelf of the library, there may or may not be more up there, but I gave him the one next to the globe because it was kind of just sitting there. So Geronimo found that one. And then Joseph specifically said under the squid, and there was one under the squid. So Joseph found that one. And then Midori said in the library on the bookshelf with the books. So I counted that. It was on shelf number 3, but she got the one on the bookshelves. And Pacifica guessed game cabinet. She gave me a specific shelf, but I gave it to her because that's game cabinet specific enough. Okay, so those 4 got a point, and they also will get a little prize because they found an Easter egg, and you know Easter eggs have treats. Okay, all right, and last we have our points. Oh, on the eggs. The reason I'm standing here is I decided to give you a nice scan of the room. Maybe you can see some eggs. Some of them are in plain sight, but they're very small. So I'm just scanning the room. You can always go back and pause this video and look really closely. See if you spot any. There are probably at least 10 more, probably more. And since this is a short week, I'm going to say today and tomorrow, you can guess 2 spots. But again, be specific or I won't count it. All right, points for today. So yesterday for Freckle Math, Josh, Mackenzie, Morgan, Thomas, Bryce, and Christy got a point. Mackenzie got both bonus points again. Good job, Mackenzie. And then for Rocket Math, Mackenzie passed a level and Adam passed a level. So they each got a point for their group and they're making progress. All right, so for the week, it's actually super duper close. So Mayer is in first, Chavez is in second, Steinbeck third, Wayne fourth, Disney fifth. But all those teams are really close together, and then Roosevelt sixth. Roosevelt, get on it. One person in your group is carrying the team. Everyone else, help them out. Okay, so I will see you at 11:30 on Zoom. Have a good morning and get your reading assignment done.